Welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Taisha, and I'm here with my 8-week weight loss update while using Zepbound. I've been on 2.5 milligrams for 4 weeks and 5 milligrams for 4 weeks. So I have lost a total of 27.2 pounds, and I went from 183 and I'm currently 155.8. Not a huge difference from last week, but hey, it's progress. And as long as I know that I'm doing the right things, I'm working out, I'm drinking a lot of water, I'm eating, healthy and balanced, it's just gonna be like that. Whatever the weight is, that's what it's gonna be. This past week has been extremely stressful. I remember I told you guys that I wasn't going to allow myself to stress out about the nationwide shortage. Well, after spending like an hour on the Zepbound Reddit group, I was on Sunday pretty stressed out. So Express Scripts had originally projected getting more medication in on April 7th. And then when that came, it got pushed back to May 1st. And so I kind of a little bit started freaking out. And as much as I didn't want to, that's just what happened. I saw in the Reddit group that people were calling all kinds of pharmacies and, checking local and pretty far away to try to get the medication. Even though the FDA site reported the shortage was with, the 5 and I think 12.5, that doesn't seem to be the case because I called a couple of Walgreens on Monday, Costco, Meijer, Kroger, and even the pharmacy at Target, and they had none, and they weren't really projecting anytime soon. So at least not that anyone was saying over the phone. And I could tell that some people were frustrated because they're probably getting a lot of calls on a regular basis. I did that on Monday and Tuesday, and then I really started stressing out. On Wednesday, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't keep calling these pharmacies and being disappointed with the availability just not being there, right? And I knew I was due for another shot on Saturday, which is tomorrow. Yeah, it really started weighing down on me. Seeing so many people who haven't been able to fill their meds since February, or them just not having the dose, or their orders being canceled from the different pharmacies that they were at, I started kind of getting stressed. So on Thursday, I was like, I'm not calling any pharmacies. I'm gonna go in person. I'm gonna go in person to Costco, and then I'm gonna go to Walgreens. And it was kind of like that last, like a Hail Mary, right? So the first Walgreens that I went to was a 24-hour one, and I only asked for the 7.5, and the pharmacist said that they didn't have any, and then that was it, right? I went to Costco, and the pharmacist there said that they had no idea when another shipment was coming, that it could be the end of the month, but whoever they get it from, the distributor that they use, they didn't really have a lot of information. So I had told my husband, I'm gonna go to the Walgreens by our house and I'm gonna check with them, and then I'm gonna have to figure something else out because the level of stress that I put myself under, it was just, it was kind of ridiculous. So I went to the Walgreens by my house and I spoke with the pharmacist there. He was really sweet. He looked up the 7.5 and he let me know that there wasn't any within a 400-mile radius. So I thought, I was like, well, do you guys have the 5? Because I also have a prescription in for the 5. And they didn't have it there, but he said there were 2 Walgreens pharmacies in Fort Wayne that had it. And he offered to call for me, and he said, which one did I prefer? And I was like, well, whichever one you think I'd have the best luck with. He called the one on Maysville Road because it wasn't as busy as a 24-hour one, which that one was nuts. He called and he spoke with the pharmacist, and he said there was a box there, and I was like, awesome. So he got off the phone, and as I'm walking out of Walgreens, I called the pharmacist on Maysville Road, and I was like, hey, the pharmacist on Coventry called for me about the 5 milligram Zepbound, and he was like, oh yeah. And I was like, are you able to hold it, or is it kind of one of those things where I'm SOL if someone gets there before me? And he said, you know what, I can hold it for you until the end of the business day. And I was like, awesome, I'm coming right now. I gave him my name, and then I said, it's with Express Scripts, so I'm not quite sure how that process works. He told me they could request a transfer from Express Scripts, but it's a lot faster to just have your doctor send it in. So, of course, I got on the phone with Plush Care, and oh my gosh, I was on hold. It took me 22 minutes to get there. And like right as I was pulling in, I got through to someone. And I explained the situation. You know, this is the only location that I can find that has availability, and they can only hold it for me until the end of the day, the end of the business day. They escalated it for me, and I swear within 10 minutes, it was sent over. It was transferred from Express Scripts to the Walgreens over on Maysville. So I was super excited. I went inside and I was able to secure this, and I'll be able to go ahead, you know, business as usual with my 9th shot tomorrow. It was a huge weight off my shoulders because I did start to get really nervous. And yeah, I'll be back again next Friday to give you another update. But just to recap, down 27.2 pounds, still no side effects. None at all, no nausea. Well, the common ones that you hear people talk about, and even the ones listed by the manufacturer, I haven't had any. And I'm really thankful for that. And I'm really thankful that the pharmacist was willing to help me out. If you have Walgreens locally, you may want to walk in instead of calling, because when I was at the 24-hour location, there was a line of people. There was a long line in the drive-through. They were helping people, and the phone was just constantly ringing. So if you have been calling and you notice people sound a little annoyed, try to give them some grace. Everybody doesn't handle stress well, and I can't imagine what it would feel like to just have the phone constantly ringing, people in front of you, and you're trying to do your job. So walking in, you get that attention because that phone just kept ringing. That's just my advice. Hopefully it's helpful. If you're someone who has been affected by the shortage and you haven't gotten your medication, just try going in person. Seeing someone, being able to see them and communicate with them is better than just a voice on the phone. You know what I mean? And don't get frustrated with the people that work there. Even if they're a little bit rude, just know that they don't have good customer service skills and they can't handle stress well. Or, you know, some people may just be mean, but you know, getting rude with them or arguing is definitely not going to help you. I think me being kind and not demanding was also pretty helpful. And you got to advocate for yourself. So I'll be back with another update next Friday. So until then, have a great weekend, and yeah, bye.